Hey there, it is Holiday with you once again on The Snake. I want to do a quick follow-up video on this Dell Inspiron 7000 series gaming laptop that we did an overview on here a few days ago. I'm going to answer a few of your questions you've had in the comments on the other video. Also run some thermals on this thing to give you an idea of how cool or not cool it runs. Do some gameplay videos, and I also want to show you a couple of upgrades that I've made to this model that don't cost a lot, but I would highly recommend if you're going to go this route. It's going to make the laptop feel a lot snappier for you, and we'll go over those here in a second. All right, one of the obvious questions I get every time I do an overview on a laptop, people want to know how the thermals do, and understand that this one does a really good job. I can tell you for a fact that when you use it in your lap and you're gaming, I've never had an occasion where this thing has actually gotten even warm to my skin. But I do want you to see what this can actually do on Furmark. So let's run a GPU stress test on native with no anti-aliasing, and I'll let you get in kind of an idea of exactly how this does. Okay, after a few minutes, Furmark's running maximum temperature so far is about 68 degrees Celsius. That is exceptional cooling, especially considering the fact that this NVIDIA GeForce 1050 Ti does not seem to throttle at all. So pretty decent managing of the thermals in my opinion. And again, I'll let you kind of listen in on the fans again, but maybe that's loud to you. But to me, it's really not been a problem. And actually, to be fair, in normal gameplay, I've never had the fans even as loud as this. This is Furmark, so it's a different thing. But again, it will give you an idea. Okay, this is Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I like running this one because it's got the built-in benchmark. And again, a little background, one reason why I don't do a lot of fraps things or built-in measurements like that, those eat some frame rates, you know, a little bit. Maybe it doesn't make that big of a difference. I've always liked just doing off-camera video stuff. You've got some other sites that do the frap stuff. Just not my thing. Just wanted to show you that I am running this at native 1920 by 1080, and as far as the different graphic options, running everything more or less at medium. So that'll give you an idea of exactly what to expect out of this. As far as running the benchmark, I want you to see what this does running native at medium settings. And again, this is the NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. And I will once again just kind of let this run, let you listen to the fans to get an idea of what this thing is going to sound like real world when you're playing games on it. Okay, as you can see, I hope anyway, frames per second running about 49 frames per second. That's at a medium preset. Let's go ahead and run this at high, just for the sake of knowing to see what this would actually end up being able to do if you ran it at slightly higher settings. Again, we'll go high, we'll go apply, and let's run the same benchmark. Again, running native 1080p. Got VSync off, by the way. There is some anti-aliasing happening. No doubt you could disable that to get even smoother frame rates, but let's see what this can do at high at 1080p. right, slight ding. You lose about 5 frames per second, which isn't bad. Just depends on how Twitch-oriented you are, whether or not you're going to be willing to take that hit. But 44 frames per second on high at native is not bad for an $899 laptop. Okay, prepare yourself for some very bad golf. This is Golf Club 2. Not the most, I don't know, strenuous graphic game that you could possibly buy, but yeah, this will push some cards. This is running at 1920 by 1080, as you can see. Let's go ahead and turn VSync off just for the heck of it. Got a little bit of anti-aliasing going on, so let's go ahead and see what this will do. Look at that clubhouse. That is the clubhouse of a man that has a lot of time on his hands, is what that is. I also have this on Xbox One S, and I have found that this Dell Inspiron, snarky play-by-play guy, I found this Dell Inspiron actually runs the game better
our coverage on the 4th hole. Let's get down there and see what the story is.
Than the Xbox One, in my opinion. All right.
Well, so far so good for this one.
Thank you very much. Fairway. No way in heck we're trying that. By the way, I do not plan on torturing you by playing an entire round. Just want to play one hole so you can kind of get an idea of what this game does on this Dell Inspiron. Have to admit, I never thought I would end up on an Inspiron laptop. And again, really, generally a pretty smooth experience. Water is a definite possibility on this shot. What do you know? On the green.
For the birdie.
Nice.
This hole out will be so tough. It's still at the top of the leaderboard.
Again, this game really runs snappy on this laptop. Very happy with how the Inspiron handles the Golf Club 2. Okay, this is Dirt 4, and this is another game that this Inspiron does a really great job with. Man, do I hate the music in this thing. Let's kill the crappy menu music right now. Thank you very much. Yes, apply. Life much better. Running the graphics on high preset. Video mode 1080p. Got VSync off. Running pretty decent multi-sampling and other settings here. If you want to see the advanced graphics, and that'll give you an idea. Everything pretty much at high. And let's go ahead and jump in here, and I will do an event. So you can see how this laptop does when somebody's crashing a lot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Right 4 over crest. Dip. Keep middle over crest. Right 6 into left 4 into right 3 and left 6 over crest. 60. Keep middle over crest.
Have you noticed the lady in this game is like really bossy?
Keep middle over jump. 60. Right 3 crest. 60 through dip. Open hairpin left. Long. Don't cut. Keep middle over crest. Dip. Right 3 150. Left 5 and left 3 over crest. And right 6 over crest. Through gate. 60. Left 6. Dip. Left 4 over crest. Dip. Left 6. Keep middle over crest. Left 6 over crest. And right 2 over crest. Don't cut. Right 5. Left 6. Left 6. Dip. Left 4 over crest. Dip. Left 6. Keep middle over crest. Through gate. Left 6 over crest. And right 2 over crest. Don't cut. Right 5. Left 6. Through gate. Right 5 crest. Left 3 long. Don't cut. Into right 3 over crest. Dip 200. Slowing, turn acute right. Into left 4. 60 over bump. Through gate, keep right over crest. Into left 3, into right 4, into left 6, 60, left 6. Small crest 60. Right 3, crest. Left 5, dip. Left 5, right 4 over crest. Keep left through dip and right 2 through dip. Left 3, don't cut. Left 6. Into open hairpin left, keep in, don't cut. 60 over crest, 80. Bump, immediate open hairpin right, keep in. Right 6. Right 3. Left 2 through dip. Keep right through dip. Left 4 over crest. Right 5. Left 1 crest, don't cut. And right 2 long. And keep left over crest. And right 1 long. Opens, don't cut. Into left 2 crest. 60. Right 6. Into left 4. Into right 3. And left 6 over crest. Through gate.
Hey, that was
Left
kind of
6,
neat.
Right 4. Left 3. Keep middle over crest. Right 4 over bumps. Don't cut. Into left 2. Right 6. Turn. Left 2 long. Opens. Mass junctions. Don't cut. 180 through dip.
This is how I drive on Blue Lakes, by the way.
100 through gate. Left 6 over crest. And right 2 over crest. Don't cut. Right 5. Left 6. Dip. Left 3 over crest. Into right 3 long. Crest. Left 5. 60. And left 6 over crest. Water splash. Left 6 over bump. Right 3. 80. Crest. Dip. Right 6. Right 4 over crest. Dip. Keep middle over crest. Left 6. Dip to finish. Alright, take her slow to the control.
Race is over. She's still bossing me around.
Hey, that went really well. Great stage. Good work.
Thanks, disembodied voice. As you can see, this game's really smooth. Really very, very comfortable experience. This is obviously Gears of War 4. This is a game that I think runs pretty good on just about everything. But still, if you're going to pick this laptop up, you want to know what it does in this thing, I'll give you an idea. Alright, let's get into the game and show you some real-world gameplay. I don't know how much you can hear through YouTube, but these speakers, in my opinion, are awesome. Some of the better laptop speakers I've had. Let me show you what this is running at. As always, running at native, because that's what I like to do. Frame rate limit is off. I normally keep VSync on. But that in general will give you an idea of what I'm playing at. Shooting walls is the reason I like Gears of War 4.
Shepherd online.
That was some great strategy right there.
That's all of them.
This raid was a bad idea. Feels like we just started a war.
You heard what Jin said.
By the way, this is how we deal with people that come to the radio station to pick up
Need to get
prizes.
back.
So
Talk to Raina.
Yeah, because if there's one thing my mom loves talking about, it's the cog.
okay, this thing's buttery smooth. You could easily run this at higher settings, and I'm sure play better than I do since I rarely play Gears anymore. But it runs good. Okay, there's only one other thing I want to show you about this Dell Inspiron laptop. Two changes I made to the default configuration that have made a big difference in how this laptop feels to me. If you remember from the first video, this comes standard with an M.2 SSD, which is right there. It would have been right there if I hadn't taken it out. It's a very slow SSD. I'd never tested the read-write speeds or anything. It just kind of didn't feel like a real snappy SSD. So I took that out, and what I did is I picked up an inexpensive 2.5-inch SanDisk 960 megabyte or gigabyte SSD, I think it was, from Best Buy, is on sale, like $200, something like that. Then I also took out the single stick of the single 8 gig stick that came with this, and instead I put in two 4 gig Kingston HyperX sticks. Now, why would I do that? Well, first of all, I couldn't afford to put in two 8 gig sticks. But what I wanted to happen is I wanted to run this in dual channel mode. I wanted the RAM to run in dual channel mode instead of the single stick. And what I found, the combination of upgrading this SSD, which is faster than the one that comes default in this $899 Dell Inspiron, and adding some memory that can run at a lower latency. I think this was latency 14 as opposed to 17, I think, that came with the laptop. The generic RAM, I even forget the brand. The combination of these two things has made this laptop run a lot quicker, and that has been a difference maker as far as performance goes for me. Okay, make that two things I wanted to show you. I want to show you how fast this actually starts now from a cold boot with the SSD replacement that I did here in 3, 2, 1. Again, to desktop in about 20 seconds. That's not bad. Let's wrap this up, shall we? The Dell Inspiron 7000 series gaming laptop is a great laptop. I am not in love with the screen. That's really the only problem I have with it, is I'm having a hard time adjusting to the screen. It's not bad. It's an IPS panel. It's better than most TN panels I've seen. It's not as good as a lot of screens I've used, but it's okay. It's all right. The performance of the laptop, on the other hand, is exceptional for the $899 price. And again, you bump that up, allowing for the fact that I added a $200 SSD and maybe $70 worth of RAM. You got about, I don't know, my math isn't great, around a $1,200 laptop. And this compares well to what you would get, in my opinion, if you were to get like the Asus GL 502 or something like that, which is still slightly more expensive. That would be a little bit of a toss-up since some of those models come with G-Sync screens, but overall I think this laptop is great. This battery life is nothing short of amazing. As I mentioned in the previous video, estimates of around 10 hours with that huge battery this thing comes with. I don't really utilize it that much, but it is nice when I go home and I can just turn the laptop on, do the browsing before I game. I normally game plugged into power, like I'm sure you probably do too, since most dedicated video cards want that extra juice. But it is nice to be able to turn this thing on and be able to browse for hours and not really worry about anything. It is a very, I think, a very that's what I'm looking for. It's a great value. That's it. It's a great value for what you get. The $899 model of the Dell Inspiron, not the best laptop in the world. If you can afford better, if you can afford going into that $1,500 or $2,000 range, that brings so many other laptops that are better than this into play, that come in many cases with 1060 and 1070 NVIDIA video cards. But for $899, if budget is tight, like it is in my world, this is a great laptop, and it does come highly recommended. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments, and as I always do, I'll answer as quick as I can. As always, appreciate all of the support, and we'll talk at you soon.